Now people assume I'm on steroids.
This is like flagship TRT use.
I've never taken a steroid in my life. I don't inject anything. I don't take any pills, nothing.
If he's actually natural, like this would be concerning a little bit.
I smoke, I drink, I love junk food.
So many people have accused him of being a fake natty because
Never taken anything in my life ever. I will do any test you can name.
the guy is shredded, lots of muscle, based on my opinion.
I followed this guy for a long time. I do actually think he's
Andrew Tate's on steroids.
Well, that's what everyone's kind of saying. Is he actually natural? Is he not? As a former natural bodybuilder myself, I'm no expert when it comes to injecting steroids or any kind of substance. Guys like Derek from More Plates, More Dates and Greg Doucette, they've both analyzed the blood results that Andrew Tate has published online to show everyone that he is in fact natural. Instead of all this commotion, why don't we just give Andrew Tate a quick phone call and ask him to his face?
Hello.
Andrew, it's Zach. Mate, I need to ask, do you take steroids?
No, I don't. Fuck off.
Anyway, here's what Tate told Patrick Bet-David.
I had a blood test when I was in hospital for all these things, and it was between 9 and 27 is the testosterone level, the mark. I've never taken a steroid in my life. I don't inject anything. I don't take any pills, nothing. And I was 32. I was above the normal scale, and I'm 36 years old. It's supposed to be going down. So whatever I'm doing, I'm sticking.
Well, if Andrew's telling the truth here, how does he maintain a physique that looks like this? And what is he actually doing to look like such a machine?
Every morning I train, but I train at home. I'm certainly not going to some gym and giving up my life. I'm certainly not one of them gym bros who only trains and does nothing else.
He trains at home and he doesn't take training seriously.
Someone who works out at home, he has a top 1% physique, but he also has a fully equipped gym that is no different to a local gym that most of us would probably go to. However, Greg Doucette said that Andrew Tate doesn't take his training seriously.
I'm just trying to train as much as possible. I have a philosophy of making sure I displace between 10,000 and 30,000 kilos a day.
So apparently Tate trains every single day. Not taking it serious would be training like once a week or once every second week. He displaces or moves from 10,000 to 30,000 kilos per day of total volume. So if you imagine that you had 15 kilos in this hand, 15 kilos in that hand, all up that's 30 kilos, which is approximately 66 pounds, you would have to do 333 reps to move at least 10,000 kilos at those weights.
So on the days I can't get someone to be up or it just doesn't fit, then I train whatever gym I can find and I just go for low weight, high reps.
However, his reps are so high that it's more like an aerobic exercise. Because if you're doing hundreds or thousands of reps, the weight isn't really going to be heavy enough to build a lot of muscle. And this is where it gets confusing. He does have a lot of muscle. His shoulders are big, his chest is big, he's got a defined back, his arms are built, his biceps. So clearly he's not getting all this muscle doing, 1,000 reps like he's in some kind of aerobic class. So maybe it's the high reps. He does that in between to increase his stamina, stay in condition, and stay super fit for his fight training. It could also be to burn off a ton of calories so that he can eat pretty much whatever he wants to eat, which I'll talk about in a minute. But before we dive into that, here's a different style of training that he's also posted online. There is a massive difference between doing hundreds of push-ups or 1,000 reps with light dumbbells. So if he can pump out 2 reps of 145 kilos, he definitely has strength and power. And in a video with Mike Thurston, they both did a workout and he did something similar. So the chances are he is doing heavy weights, just not every single day. Achieving a ripped, muscle-toned body shape like Andrew Tate's is achievable. And even take myself, for example, I'm lucky to do 4 workouts a week. It might even be 3 that I'm actually lifting heavy weights. And this is why I tell my clients they're not allowed to do more than 3 workouts until they master those 3 workouts, because there is so much results and progress you can make with the right program. If you would like more tips on how to train less but build more muscle, download my checklist. The link is in the description. But there's one thing we haven't mentioned, and that is
The guy was a world champion athlete in the past. Superior genetics, clearly. And so I do think that even with drinking alcohol and training at home, that he could absolutely get a physique like that.
and I agree with what Greg's saying. It's not unusual for someone to look like Tate. Even when he was boxing, he still had quite a lot of muscle.
And because he's cut, he looks great. Doesn't prove he's natural.
When you get leaner, you've got ripped abs and obliques, everything just looks bigger. There's more lines, there's more definition, your muscles pop more, and everyone thinks that you've gotten bigger when you've actually lost body fat. Being lean and ripped all the time actually creates this illusion to make you look bigger than we actually are. And if we compare Andrew Tate's physique with world-class natural bodybuilders like Eric Helms, Jeff Nippard, and Lane Norton, so these guys who have competed in natural federations and competitions have a lot more muscle on their frame compared to Andrew Tate, and these guys are 100% natural. So even if Andrew Tate does take steroids, well, his physique is still achievable for anyone who's natural to look ripped. You don't need to take steroids, as I've just shown you. In fact, if Tate is taking steroids, I would argue that his results aren't that impressive. I would expect him to have even more muscle on his frame if he's training every single day, moving 10,000 to 30,000 kilos, hitting the heavy weights a couple days a week.
I'm just going off the blood test results. If he's actually natural, like this would be like actually concerning a little bit from a health standpoint. So
He wants to prove that he's natural. You can't just show one simple test.
that's just a snapshot in time of that one point in time. So follow-up blood work could show that he is indeed natural and additionally show that he's not in like an unhealthy state. All of us at some point have probably had dysfunctional looking shit too. It's just a matter of the fact that he posted it as an example of being like a I don't know, hyper secretor of testosterone essentially.
If you have ever known anyone on steroids in person, probably noticed that they hit the gym really hard, they start getting stretch marks, and they just blow up and look really thick and chunky. They may even get some kind of like tight looking skin that's freckly with acne. I've never seen that with Andrew Tate. However, Derek and Greg, these guys have their own opinion on the steroid accusations.
Again though, the guy trains hard. I don't know what his diet's like, but he's like, you know, a genetically blessed dude.
With only one test, it doesn't accurately show you the total picture. How do we know he didn't stay up all night drinking, partying, and went and got his blood work done the next day? We don't know that.
Does Greg and Derek actually believe Andrew when he says he does not take steroids?
I followed this guy for a long time. I do actually think he's natural. However,
Based on my opinion, I do believe he's actually natural.
I do also believe that he is natural. If he's saying he's natural and he is taking steroids, that makes him a liar. For you and I, that doesn't matter. We have our own goals. We can do whatever the hell we want. But there's no doubt he trains hard every single day. And training hard isn't the only extreme thing that he does.
the guy trains hard. I don't know what his diet's like.
Certainly not cutting up broccoli and putting it in little boxes. Weak!
Alright, so we probably won't see Tate doing any meal prep videos, cutting up broccoli, and I did that for many years and it does work. However, I would not recommend Andrew Tate's diet for a few key reasons. If you want to find out why, watch this video right here.